So we're going to add a wheel to the back of this back here so that if this thing decides it wants to try to tip over for one reason or another, back there stop it. And I get my mind whether I just want to put one in the center or if I want to add one to each side. I think one in the center will be sufficient. That'll be a aggravating third wheel, won't it? So to speak. I know it's really the fifth wheel, but I'm referring to a swiveling third wheel. If these are stationary and that moves like a cart, and that's going to be an oddball third wheel there. Boom! Somebody wants you. Social media. Look at that. Strap all the way out. Ring the bell. Tighten that. They are going nowhere. Would have been smart if I'd turned these where I could have got to the regulators first. And for those that are going to ask me what these yellow things are, these are highway approved caps. You're going to have your bottles on the back of the truck. I don't know about everywhere in the country, but here in North Carolina, you better have those on your bottles if you're going to keep your regulators hooked up. I think I want to do some bottle switching here. Put that over there. And I can turn it that way, right? Stand it up, put this one that way. Just say yes, just say yes. Just agree, that's all you gotta do. Alright. Okay, so I can still get my cover open. Which, being strapped on here, I really don't need these stupid things. But I've got them, I'm going to use them. All right. I would call that an utter success. I'm putting the welder on in this direction, putting the welder and plasma cutter off the sides so that none of the hoses, cables, or anything else interfere with the drawers on the toolbox. And the reason I'm putting this all the way to the front rather than in the back is the plasma cutter will stagger it. And I don't want to have to move the plasma cutter to open the door to change the roll wire. Alright. Now, perfect, like it was meant to be. The other thing is the welder vents off of this end here, so I really don't want anything here. Plasma cutter vents off of this side, and if I had them the other way, it would be blocking it off. So we got that up on there. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what to do with all the cables and the hoses and all that happy stuff. Figure out the plasma cutter, stinger for the cutter. Gotta figure out where to put it. Torch has got to go on there. Do something with all these cables. Power supply. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. Now if I could just hit these holes right here, I won't have to put any more holes on it. And once again, I'm not going to center punch these just so that I can drive everybody crazy. Probably should have used drill press to get that thing straight. That'd have been too easy though, right? No. I only have one that's off a little bit. Do that one. Do that one. Okay, just to prove to y'all that I did it without center punching thing and all that happy crap, now I'm going to make the holes bigger just because I want them bigger to give me some wiggle room. I just had to do that to prove to you that I got it. That's the proper way to do it, right? Oh my God! He's doing that torture stuff! He's gonna cut himself! Oh my God! Taking the ground wire from the plasma cutter and wrapping it up, and it sits right there just fine. I rewrapped this a little bit so it's standing on top of each other, and I'm bringing it over and I'm just going to let it hang there for now. When we get everything organized in here and I got the other little part of the bench and where I got the vise and can do everything, I'm going to make a diamond plated shelf right there for that torch to lay into. So plasma cutter. There it is. I am going to make something back here to put my cords around right there. And possibly, no, not yet. It's not really necessary. One thing about making a thing that goes up here to hold this extra torch hose on and wrap the power cords behind. But that'll be one of those fabricating things. We'll see about that. But there it is. You see the back. Now you see the front. See the end down here? I can get the torch hose off, no problem. Plasma cutter, pop it off, plug it in. Ground torch right there. And the torch and the welding end. I think it would really suffice to throw those down in there. I drop them down in there and keep them away from the front. The ground lead I could really clip. And there you go. One thing about these, I know more and more people are getting these small welders, big welders, welders period. And one thing I want to tell you, these stingers, your lead here, I see so many guys bend these things over to wrap them up. This is the #1 problem that happens with a wire welder like this. And when I redo these, why I didn't bother to sand them down. They're going to get redone. I'm going to do them in diamond plate. I'm going to make it look good. And when I do this, there will be a piece that comes off here, that comes up, that supports that right there. It's okay the way it is, but I just feel better if it was supported. The only thing in all the years messing with these wire welders, and the 3 that I've had, the only real problem that I've ever had with any of them came from the stinger. It was either kinked right here or the switches went bad. I had one Millermatic 180 just like this one right here that the wire feed motor went out on. The other thing that I want to say, if you look inside here, you have a plus and a minus where these lugs are. That's what these lugs are. It doesn't mean that's what these wires are. It means it's what these 2 lugs are. If you're using argon mix, then you want the wire that's coming off of your what would be your stinger, your lead, you want it to be positive. If you are using flux core wire and you're not using gas, then you want your ground wire, your clamp, to be hooked to the plus, and you want your stinger to be on minus. That is how you operate it. Again, if you're using gas, your stinger is going to be on plus, your clamp is going to be on minus. If you're using flux core, your clamp is going to be on plus and your stinger is going to be on minus. I will have more updates on this when I get all the fancy stuff done, but for now, I can get rid of this ugly cart, I can get rid of this other crap, I can put this over here, add me a little bit of workbench right there, and I can have my vise over here on the end where I want it, like I'd like to have it. Maybe even put the vise down there and the grinder over here, I don't know, but I'd like to be able to get to the end. So at any rate, that's going to end up being, eventually the bandsaw is going to get moved down, the drill press is going to get moved down just a little bit. That way the drill press can be for the metal area, it can be for the wood area, it can be everything. And I will have roughly 12 by 12 corner here that I've designated to be my metal area. I can reach the fab table, and that'll come to my panel saw table. I actually have a jig where I put a plate of steel on that table, and I use that jig with the plasma cutter to cut steel. But at any rate, I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe, helps me out. And I am going to start doing a little bit more and more videoing just what I do. Instead of trying to come up with these elaborate build videos, I'm just going to video what I do. We've got some interesting things coming. I needed this to get done, and once I get the shop completely organized, I might do another shop tour, and we'll get started on some of these bigger projects.